Just ask. Like, dude, you got nothing to lose but everything to win. Between you and every single yes in your life is just the ask. That's literally it. No one's going to give you $1 million. No one's going to give you that job. No one's going to give you that first date unless you ask for it. Dude, I don't know why, but I feel like for some reason, like for the longest time, I felt like people were just going to give me things. Like, or things are just going to fall into my lap and I was just going to get super lucky. I don't know. I felt like for some reason, like there was going to be a moment in my life where someone was just going to be like, yo, dude, do you want to like do this crazy cool thing? Or hey, here's this crazy opportunity for you to like work with this really, really awesome person or something like that. But in my 21 years of life, that's never happened. But I have done some really cool things. And when I think about those really, really cool things, the only reason why I even got to do that was because I just asked. Like I just sent a DM or I just texted that person or I gave that person a phone call. And like, that's how the opportunity was created, because no one's going to just text you out of the blue being like, yo, dude, you want to make $1 million? Or that's just not how that works. You know what I mean? And so I don't know, man. Like everyone is just waiting to win the lottery. But to win the lottery, dude, you got to buy a lottery ticket. You know what I mean? I don't mean that like literally. I mean that like metaphorically. Like, you know what I mean? To even get that chance of winning, you need to first get that chance, right? Think about it like this. You're just a random. Like, we're all just randoms, you know what I mean? The moment you're like, yo, bro, are you looking for any help? Or even like, hey, man, like, I heard you're making this music video. I'd love to help out and tap in however way I can. Because without that ask, there's like literally 0% chance that that person will ever ask you to help them do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because everyone's default is just no. But the only way to turn that no into a yes is just to ask them. And that doesn't guarantee them to say yes to you. But it certainly does give you the chance. And even like 1% is greater than 0%, which it is right now. Like right now it's at 0%. But the moment you send a text, the moment you ask the person, the moment you give a call or a DM or whatever it is, like you turn that 0% chance into 1% chance. They might respond and they'll be like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Because the worst case scenario is that they say no, which you're already at no. So there was actually like a net zero of anything. Like nothing happened. Another scenario is that they say, yes, I'd be down, but not for this right now. But it's like you're one step closer to a yes in the future, hypothetically, which is technically a future yes. And the crazy thing is that like, if they say yes, wasn't that worth all the no's? You know, in my 21 years of life, like not a single time has there ever been a random girl that walked up to me and was like, yo, Michael, like you're super cute. I've always been meaning to talk to you. Like, let's go out for a date. Let's go out for lunch or for dinner or whatever like that. Never. Like that's never happened. But every single date that I've been on with a girl or interaction has always been me initiating that connection, that interaction. Because that's the ask. So what I'm telling you right now, man, is that like, dude, if there's something in your head where you're like, dude, I want to do this thing, just ask. Just ask that person to do that thing. Because they've already said no. But if you ask them, there's a chance that they could say yes. And I know everyone says that like, yo, you shoot 1,000,000 shots, you make that one shot or something like that. I forgot how the saying goes. And recently I've really had this like mindset shift about this ask, because I feel like when you have like these really, really big goals of like, you know, for example, financially, like, you know, I want to make $1 bazillion or something like that. Like no one's going to give you $1 bazillion and you can't control that really. And because you can't control that and no one's going to give that to you, it can really just make you feel like poo. But instead of thinking, I want to make $1 bazillion, instead I'm like, dude, I'm just going to text 1 bazillion people about something that could make us money. Because if you text 1 bazillion people, that's technically 1 bazillion% chance that something actually might happen, which could get you $1 bazillion. And you can totally control the amount of people that you hit up or reach out to. It's all about the ask. And so I ask you to, if there's something, dude, if there's something that you've always wanted to do, whether that be like direct a music video, or if you wanted to drop an album, or if you wanted to get a certain type of job, or if you wanted to get a raise, or if you wanted to go on a date with some really cute girl or guy or whatever, right? Just ask, because it's not going to happen if you don't ask. Like that's just logic. It's not going to happen if you don't ask. And I feel like people don't think about that enough. And so what do you need to do? You just ask. Like if you just ask and be like, yo, dude, like, let's do this. The chances of them saying yes is super unlikely. Maybe. But the chances of them saying no is guaranteed if you don't ask. Ooh, think about it like that. The chances of them saying no is guaranteed if you don't ask. However, if you do ask, the chance is no longer guaranteed. Like, they could say yes. And of course, you can do things within your power to make that yes more and more likely. And I think that's called leverage. Like, the more leverage you have on something, the more likely that they can say yes. So maybe now that 1% is now a 2%, or that 2% is now a 10%, or maybe even a 99% chance. Or even if you have enough leverage or thinking or strategy or whatever it is, there's a 100% chance of you getting that thing. But if you don't ask for it, the chances are 0. If you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. So just ask. Ask and you shall receive. That's a cap. Ask and you might receive, but don't ask and you're not going to get anything. So just ask.